Well, the Houston Texans definitely made some questionable moves this offseason, starting with the offensive line. Sent away Laramie Tunsil to Washington for draft picks. Now, I do understand they have some aging players they need to look to get rid of. Moved some other people around, traded, brought in Laken Tomlinson, brought in Cam Robinson. They brought in Christian Kirk, traded for him, but the offense still has a little bit of mystery to it. Trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do, especially with the loss of Tank Dell. Do they maybe go receiver in the draft this year? Defensively, you re-sign Daniil Hunter and you re-sign Derek Stingley Jr. You trade for CJ who hate him. I feel like people either hate him, love him, whatever it is. Despite all that, he is a phenomenal safety in this league. So you add a key, secondary piece, especially at safety. You could use some corners. You could use some interior defensive linemen, which is where I think we will go this year in the draft. I think it's their biggest position of need. And I mean, linebacker as well on the defensive side of the ball. Offense, I think we could custom-made draft class, so I probably won't go with an offensive lineman because very rarely are they hidden dev. And I just don't see them going anywhere outside of defense to start, especially with the culture they have now built in Houston. And we have picked 25, so we're just going to go ahead and get all the way to it. Not going to trade up in this draft class. Really, it's going to be best available defensive tackle. And to be quite, you know what? I don't really care. It's going to be Tyleik Williams. He is the best defensive tackle on the board, and I think he's going to be really good, even though he's a run stopper. Ranked at 70, got him at 25. Normal dev in this one. I could have sworn he was hidden dev. That may have been a bit of a reach. But it's okay. We do not have to worry about defensive tackle anymore. All right, going after Kyron Lacy, just another receiver to add, especially while Tank Dell is hurt. Ranked 53, got him at 57. Another normal dev. You know what? I think we're going to reach a little bit here. Go for Kareen Reed, or however you say it. Kareen. Normal dev, pass coverage guy. Should be good enough, though. Just got to get some players in there on that defensive side of the ball, especially some rookies that can develop. But we have Shamar Turner. Haven't taken him, I don't think. Shamar Turner. An elite speed. Our first hidden dev of the class. There we go. He's going to start. We got our 2 starting defensive tackles this draft. All right, taking a linebacker in Jason Henderson here in round 4. Don't think he's going to be too good. I may have butchered this draft. Just completely butchered it. All right, well, taking a look at the draft recap, we got our 2 starting defensive tackles in Tyleik Williams and Shamar Turner. We brought in some linebackers to we're going to play them. We're going to start them. It might not go good for us, but it's what we're going to do. Kyron Lacy I think we'll start him over John Mechie. As much as I would love a John Mechie revenge tour, especially after everything he's been through, I just realistically in the Madden verse, this will be our best move. Well, before we go ahead and get started into year 1, this is what the team is looking like. Of course, you've already seen the free agents we added. We got the rookies plugged in like Kyron Lacy, who's already same overall John Mechie is. Running back I am a little worried about. Joe Mixon is getting a little up there in age, and Dameon Pierce, he's too far removed from his rookie year to develop in Madden, even though he still has that star dev, so we'll probably look to replace him too. We have our starting defensive tackles in. We have all the rookies we drafted on defense in. Henderson, Reed, Tyleik Williams, Shamar Turner. I think all these guys are going to do good. They just need to develop a little bit, and they'll be perfect. Well, I had this whole thing paused when I did the re-signings and the renegotiations. I kept Jalen Petrie, Tommy Townsend, and I did sign Christian Kirk to a 2-year. Just because he's 28, that'll get him to 30. All these guys I think we're going to let go, though. They're not big difference makers, so we are not going to go over that anymore. 4-3, we're second in the division, tied with Jacksonville. We would get the tiebreaker if we were able to beat them here, which it looks like we're the better team everywhere except for opponents' points per game. But I think our defense has been pretty good. CJ Stroud's been okay. That's a decent amount of interceptions. Joe Mixon, not the best. 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. John Mechie leading the way in receiving. That's interesting. Nico Collins not doing too good. Christian Kirk, maybe I shouldn't have paid. Cam Robinson, not a lot of sacks. I'm pretty happy with that defensively. Shair leading the way in tackles. Shamar Turner, 7 TFLs I like. Will Anderson, 6 sacks. Shamar Turner with 2. 1.5 for Settle, 1 for Tyleek. Daniil Hunter with 0 sacks. That's awesome. 2 picks for Shair, 2 for CJ and 1 for Kamari Lassiter. All right, I think this has messed with our lineup a little bit. Because there's no way John Mechie, this just has him in the slot. Shamar Turner's star, that was our only dev trait, I believe. I don't want John Mechie in the slot. I want Lacey in the slot, developing and maybe a rookie of the year. I don't understand why we're not killing it. We should be killing it on defense. Regardless of that, we're going to keep on trucking along. Guys, real quick, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Dubby. If you need energy and you're tired of the same lame canned energy drinks, all the Red Bulls, Monsters, all that, etc., that's really bad for you, take a look at Dubby. It equates to $1 per drink. They have some great flavors. Go to dubby.gg. Pick out the flavors you want. Maybe get a shaker cup, because they have some pretty good ones. And use code BusterPlays at checkout to get 10% off. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, well, 12-5. We win the division. We're the 2 seed, actually. And we have to play Jacksonville in the wild card after we just... there was a squeak-by win against them week 18. I am curious, though. We seem to hit a bit of a hot streak, and it looks like it was due to C.J. Stroud getting it together and putting on an absolute incredible performance. 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns. Joe Mixon picked it up, 1,100. 15 touchdowns is pretty good. Nico Collins just under that 1,000 mark. Christian Kirk just under 1,000. Schultz with pretty decent numbers. Lacey not doing too great. I was hoping to be closer to the top for like a rookie of the year. Cam Robinson, just terrible numbers, but we expect that out of a left tackle. Shair leading the way in tackles. Daniil Hunter in TFLs. Shamar Turner with 13. That is pretty good. And Will Anderson, only 7.5 sacks. He had 6 at the midseason. Shamar Turner with 4. Tim Settle, for whatever reason, is getting in there, getting some sacks. Tyleek Williams, 2.5. Daniil Hunter, the superstar X-Factor player, with 2. That makes a lot of sense. 5 picks for CJ, 3 for Stingley, 3 for Lassiter, 2 for Shair, 2 for Bullock, and 1 for Henry. Now, I'm really curious what kind of development we had. And on offense, it looks like we get a little bit, not a lot. Laken Tomlinson, I think we brought him in. He gets benched. Kyron Lacey up to a 76. Not really going to matter next year once we get Tank Dell back. Which I don't know how long he's going to be out. I'm bringing him back next year. It is what it is. Tyleek Williams up to a 77. Shamar Turner only up to a 73 is a bit underwhelming for the year he had statistically. Daniil Hunter, that's their 2.5 sack monster right there. The linebacker, nobody really developed like at a good rate. Everybody's just kind of mid. Very mid development here. So far, that is. Let's see if some playoff games can get us there. Now, we're not going to jump in here. If we lose, we lose. I'm going to try not to avoid or to have any kind of sway on this game here, but we are going to try to take down Jacksonville. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that, in real life, Houston would win this matchup just 10 out of 10 times. So I'm hoping we can do that. And right now, it does not look good for us. It looks like Jacksonville is able to do whatever they want. We need that CJ Stroud comeback magic, not the CJ Stroud. Okay, we take a lead. Finally, 31-26, a high score, and we lose. We lose 32-31. Jacksonville has become the best offense just ever, apparently. I mean, CJ Stroud, 2 picks is not great. Joe Mixon not having a fantastic day either. Kyron Lacy, 150 and 2 touchdowns is pretty insane. Ooh, Jacksonville has Dontavian Wicks. How they got him, I don't know, because he is not a free agent. They would have had to trade it. And they must have traded for him. Defensively, I mean, Danielle Hunter, 3 TFLs, if that matters for anything. We got, Shamar Turner with the 1 sack. They got James Pierce Jr. Yeah, Shamar Turner with the 1 sack. And Derek Stingley with a pick, but it just wasn't enough to make a difference. And you know, this is weird to me that we lose this, because for whatever reason in the Madden world, Jacksonville is normally a better simulation team than Houston ever is, and it makes 0 sense. CJ Stroud does make short list for MVP. We are at 3rd for Coach of the Year. That's interesting. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Westbrook Akina. Gotta love it. Defensive Player, we're not going to have anybody there. Offensive Rookie. Lacy at 9. Defensive Rookie, I was hoping Shamar Turner would be higher up, but he is at 5. CJ Stroud at 5 for Best Quarterback. Best Running Back, Joe Mixon at 2. Best Receiver, nobody there. Best Offensive Line, nobody. Best Defensive Line, nobody. Best Linebacker, nobody. Best Defensive Back, CJGJ at 5. And Kaimi Fairbairn at 9 for Best Kicker. Okay, and I wanted to look at dev traits before we move on. Joe Mixon goes up to Superstar Dev. Probably going to lose that. Definitely going to lose that. Defensively, I know we didn't. CJGJ goes up to Superstar. Danielle Hunter is probably going to lose his dev trait. Nobody else moves, though, so that's okay. And a Kansas City Green Bay Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl I was hoping for this year in real life. As a Packers fan, I wanted us to try to take down Kansas City, stop them from a 3-peat, and I think we could have done it. It would have been either us or Philly. I mean, Philly did do it, and it looks like Green Bay won it. 28-21, Jordan Love getting the MVP. All right, so Joe Mixon did go down. I saw that coming. Nobody else on offense goes up or down. Defensively, Shamar Turner goes down, but Danielle Hunter doesn't. 13 TFLs, 4 sacks. That's a pretty decent year. For a rookie DT2, that's a pretty decent year. I mean, he had better stats than Tyleek and Danielle Hunter had. So maybe this year we look to really replace our outside linebackers. I don't know. Like, this team has, maybe we go after if there's like an insane defensive tackle. But offensive line, left guard, center. Those are our 2 main needs. Joe Mixon is starting to regress a lot, so maybe a running back, maybe a receiver. I don't know if Kyron Lacy can keep it up. Christian Kirk is starting to regress a lot. Even when we get Tank Dell back, we're going to need somebody, to kind of be the number 2 with Nico Collins. All right, well, we only have 17 mil, so we're not re-signing anybody. I mean, Zach Tom would be huge. But we just can't sign anybody. We have no money. So we're just going to have to let everybody go. We have 2 big signings to do next year with CJ Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. So we're just going to keep our money for those guys. I really wish we would have had, over that 25 million mark. But it doesn't matter. We're just going to skip through this and get to the draft. All right, well, we're here in the draft and we have pick 23. So let's get to it. I don't know who to take here. The number 1 defensive tackle who is he still here? It really looks like he is. He might be our pick. We might. Oh, he's round 3 to 4. That's terrible. I really don't know where to go here. All right, you know what? We're going to take a corner here. I think it's a good move for us. Ranked at 3rd. true talent. Hidden dev just shores up the secondary a little bit more, even though we're there. It gives us a good third guy. I wasn't sure about anybody else. You know what? It's a bit early, but I'm taking a center. We need a center. This guy looks insane. Ranked at 44, got him at 55. Still got great value. Hidden dev. We have a new center. I know it's not a right outside linebacker like we probably should get. There just doesn't seem to be like a top tier guy in the draft. And here we really need guard. Cortez Albury looks pretty good. He looks like the guy. Ranked at 70, got him at 81. Another hidden dev offensive lineman. Protects CJ Stroud. That's all we can ask for. We have another third round pick here at 87. I have no idea where to go here. Cameron Upshaw. Can we move you anywhere? You look decent enough for a third round pick. Ranked at 46, hidden. Okay, Cameron Upshaw will get moved somewhere. Hidden dev player, he's gonna be a starting linebacker. I am really just trying to get this defense fixed because it seemed to be our downfall last year. You know what? B power moves, B pursuit can't be but so bad. He's terrible. He's terrible. All right, well, not a terrible draft of the start. The first 3 rounds look great. Wiggins, 77 overall. Hidden dev. Carpenter, hidden dev. Aubrey, hidden dev. Upshaw, hidden dev. Beyond that, it gets a little sketchy. That is okay. I'm really worried about these 4 people and how we're going to fit them into our lineup. All right, well, we have everybody plugged in, all the rookies. I am starting the rookie offensive lineman. It may hurt us a little bit, but I want them to develop. It is that over everything else. Defensively is where we're going to have the biggest, I think, hurdles, I should say. Wiggins, we already found out his dev. Apparently, he's superstar dev. I don't know why it's showing that. He got 500 snaps in preseason. That's insane. Upshaw is definitely an upgrade at right outside linebacker. Even though he's not a power rusher, he should be good enough. Reed, pass coverage guy, maybe he can develop. Aziz Al-Shair, hopefully he can stay good enough to stay our middle linebacker. Defensive line, we're rolling with the same we had last year. Hopefully Danielle Hunter is a little bit better. Hopefully Tyleik Williams jumps up. Hopefully Shamar Turner can actually develop because for some reason last year he didn't. Nobody outside of CJ Stroud and Nico Collins developed last year. So hopefully we have those guys develop and we continue to go 12-5 and get a shot in the playoffs. Well, we're 3-4. I don't quite understand it. Maybe we've had a tough schedule. I do see Kansas City and Cincinnati on our last 2 games. So that could be a lot. We go 3-2 to 3-4 really quick. We have 22 players to try and re-sign, and I am worried about... Oh, I didn't realize Derek Stingley was there. But CJ Stroud is definitely one of them. We're going to bump this up a little bit, make sure he re-signs. He does. Dang, that took a lot. I thought I had fixed Derek Stingley's contract in here, but apparently I didn't. We're just going to roll with this. That might be a little bit beyond what it is. Will Anderson, he's probably going to sign a huge deal too. He doesn't want to fully commit right now. All right, well, CJ guess where you're staying? You're staying in Houston. No matter what. 46 mil. Aziz Shair can probably go. We can always move Upshaw back to middle linebacker, and he'd be just really good there. Dalton Schultz is gone. Joe Mixon is gone. This is the year you're going to see the big change up on this offensive, or not on this offensive line, but really just on the team whatsoever. We're going to have to focus offensive line in the draft. We're going to have to try to get a lot of people back, but our main concern is going to be Will Anderson staying a Houston Texan. And for our focus scouting, we're going to stick with running back. I don't think running back is going to be a hot commodity in this draft, but We need to know about him because we're going to have to replace Joe Mixon. That is just plain and simple. Those are the facts. Now, we did have a good amount of dev traits. I'm curious to what they were. If it loads, star for the offensive lineman. And it's just people are developing. I don't understand why. Defensively, we knew Wiggins. That was superstar dev. We found out at the end of the preseason. Upshaw's, we still don't know. I'm curious. We should get it by the end of the year. 323 snaps. He's 23 too. I feel like I should pay attention to the ages a little bit more because players regress fast in this game. CJ Stroud is having a year. Mid-season, 1,900 yards, 20 touchdowns. 8 interceptions is a little high, but, I mean, not bad. Joe Mixon, pretty good. 477, 8 touchdowns. Receiving, Christian Kirk leading the way. Nico Collins in touchdowns, though. Cam Robinson is just going to give up a lot of sacks. That is what it is. Defensively, Aziz Shair leading the way in tackles. Tyleik Williams in TFLs. Shamar Turner in sacks. Will Anderson with 4. Hunter with 1. Shair with 1. Tyleik Williams with a half a sack. He's a run stopper, though. Derek Stingley Jr., 3 interceptions, 1 for a couple others. Hopefully those numbers continue to go up. I see us continuing and turning this ship around like we did last year. So we're going to keep on trucking through and see exactly what happens. All right, well, we don't go 12-5, but we do go 10-7. We sneak in at the 7th seed, which was a little bit of luck. We have Kansas City to play first. We have a better overall then. I'm kind of shocked at that. I mean, C.A. Stroud, pretty identical to last year, but a lot more interceptions. Rushing, Joe Mixon, 20 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. That's insane. Receiving, Tank Dell and Nico Collins, both double-digit touchdowns, but no 1,000-yard receivers. Blocking, it looks like Cam Robinson really did a number on us there. Defensively, Shair leading the way in tackles. Shamar Turner, what a year. 17 TFLs. 10.5 sacks also with our sack leader, Shamar Turner. Will Anderson, 7.5. Tyleik Williams, 5.5. Daniil Hunter, in 2 years, has 3 sacks. That's insane. And CJGJ, 5 picks. Stingley with 5. Shair with 3. 2 for Lassiter, 2 for Kalen Bullock. I don't think our rookie got, Upshaw, none. 0. Doesn't look like he got a lot of playing time, really. I am curious, though, if he had to have gotten enough, snaps for us to know his dev trait. Star dev. Not bad. Not a bad overall. He's going to replace Al Shair next year. When he leaves, we do need to find a right outside linebacker. Defensive tackle I was concerned about. I don't think I am anymore. 2 80-plus overall guys. Shamar Turner, maybe a dev trait next year. Offensively, Joe Mixon. He's regressing, but he's doing good. Our offensive line is developing really good. Aubrey up to a 79. Carpenter playing up to an 83. Our best 2 offensive linemen pretty much right here are rookies. So let's hop in here, see if we can take down the Chiefs. I really doubt it. Year 3, I feel like, is going to be a little bit of a blunder. We're losing a lot of veterans. A lot of players are regressing. So we kind of need to make a strike now. I'm hoping it can happen against Kansas City as we score first, but they tie it. CJ Stroud had, 14-10. Can our offense keep it up? 21-10. Can we take down the big dogs? I may be speaking too soon. 31-20. We do. We take down Kansas City in the wild card. Now we lose in the divisional to Tennessee. I'm joking. It's probably not who it is, but it's going to be somebody like that. CJ Stroud had a day. 326, 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, not great. Isaiah Pacheco killed us. Receiving, Nico Collins killed it. Christian Kirk with 2 receiving touchdowns. Tank Dell with a receiving touchdown. Defensively, do we have any sacks? Tyleik Williams with 2. Shamar Turner with 1. Daniil Hunter finally, he had 1. No interceptions on the game, though. And the Buffalo Bills, who we have had their number in the regular season the last 2 years. I am curious to whether or not we will have it in the playoffs. This Buffalo team, just, they're almost one you have to root for nowadays. Have to. Just try to take down the Chiefs. But we are going to try to take down the Bills. So we get on the, 3 first, 3-7. 10-7. Okay, I like that. 14-10. Don't like that. 20-14. Let's get it 23-14, 29-14. Our offense seems to be doing pretty good. Our defense, too, holding these teams to, that's probably game 39-23. That does it. We take down really, as far as the AFC goes, the Chiefs and the Bills are your top 2 dogs. And C.J. Stroud didn't throw a touchdown. He threw a pick. Josh Allen threw 4. Holy smokes. Joe Mixon with the touchdown. Jerry Mobley carrying the load. 3 touchdowns. No receiving touchdowns. We're trying to see. Dalton Schultz pretty much carried the load in the receiving end. Pause. What's sacks? Daniil Hunter and Tyleik Williams with sacks. 3 picks for CJGJ. 1 for Azeez Al-Shaair. Let me get his name right. Daniil Hunter in the last 2 playoff games matched his entire season total. And now, okay, so we took down number 1 and 2. Now we have to play number 3, the Baltimore Ravens. They look good. They're a rushing team. Maybe we can take them down. Our defensive line seems good enough. A lot of X factors here. I don't think at this point Lamar or CJ Stroud have made it this far in the playoffs. The AFC Championship. That's a weird one. Texans and Baltimore. Not something you really think of when you think AFC Championship. Baltimore's got the lead 3-7. Can our offense pick it up 10-7, 10-14? Starting out very similar to the other games. Our offense is moving those 17-14, 24-14, 31-14. That does it. We're going to the Super Bowl in year 2. That is not the year I expected to have. Not the year I expected to have at all. CJ Stroud, 215, 2 touchdowns. He's outplayed everybody this year. Joe Mixon with 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins with a touchdown. Tank Dell with a receiving touchdown. Let's see. Ooh, looks like we did get, Tyleik Williams, a sack and a half. Azeez Al-Shaair with a sack. Will Anderson with a half sack. CJGJ, he's killed it. He is insane. If you're a Texans fan, you just hope that he does in real life what he's done in this rebuild for us. Well, we have to play the Eagles. Tough opponent. Probably the toughest in the NFC, really. No CJ Stroud for MVP. We're probably not going to make the Coach of the Year running. Joe Mixon at 4th for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Shire at 8. So ways down. Offensive Rookie. Mobley at 7. We didn't really, have anybody but offensive linemen. Defensive Rookie. Wiggins at 5. Best quarterback. CJ Stroud at 9. Best running back goes to Joe Mixon. Best wide receiver, Tank Dell and Nico at 9 and 10. Best offensive lineman, Titus Howard at 2. He was a backup. The rookie, Ricky Carpenter, though, squeezed it on at 5. Best defensive lineman, Shamar Turner at 10. I like that. Not 10. What does he have? 4. Best linebacker, Shire at 10. Best defensive back goes to Derek Stingley. CJGJ at 3. That's pretty interesting. Best kicker, Kyrie Fairbairn at 8. Now, I am interested to what dev traits we have. Nico Collins drops. Really? Joe Mixon goes up to superstar again for the 2nd year in a row. He will lose it. Not a big deal. Defensively, Stingley doesn't go up. CJ Gardner-Johnson does, and Shamar Turner does. So does Reed. Okay. And Bullock. We got some big dev traits this year. Tyleik Williams goes up to star. I didn't even see that. Our defense is rounding out for sure. And despite all that, we got to try to win a Super Bowl. against Philadelphia. This is a game I'll hop in if I have to. I will hop in here. Normally I don't hop in this early. I mean, we're talking year 2, but we're in a Super Bowl. I didn't touch the playoff games. I'll touch the Super Bowl. If I have to, let's see if our offense can get something going. 3-0, 3-7. I don't like 14-3, 10-14, 10-21. How about our offense does a little something? Yeah, let's see if we can get some points on the board here real quick for our offense. We're just going to throw a dot to Tank Dell and get a touchdown. Well, we just had an offensive possession where we did nothing. And this is just going to be a loss. I think it's going to be a loss. Yeah, there we go. That's a loss. We lost to Philadelphia. They just demolished us. They have a good enough team. Now, it gave us something to look forward to CJ Stroud didn't have a bad day, just not a great completion percentage day. Joe Mixon kind of outplayed Saquon. Christian Kirk pretty decent. Tank Dell with a touchdown. I think they just outdid us on the defense and the line. I think that was really our... Danielle Hunter, 2 sacks. That's what he had all year. Shamar Turner with a sack. They didn't really get us in the sack. Derek Stingley with a pick. I don't know how this game was as big of a score deficit as it was when we had players that outplayed all of their best players. So I don't really understand why we struggled the way we did and they were able to just put up points. I guess that's part of the sim. Regardless of that, though, we have to get into year 3, so let's just keep it moving. All right, well, we have 56 mil, and I'm still not concerned. I mean, Joe Mixon regressed a lot. The brick wall hit. I'm not concerned with re-signing any of these guys. I think, Juice Scruggs for this deal, I will re-sign. He may have to be our starting right guard for a year, but Aziz, not Alziz, it's Al-Shair. Aziz can go. We have his replacement. Schultz can go. We'll find it. Mixon will find it. Everybody else can go. I just don't see where we really need to focus in on any of these positions. All right, well, these are our 2 targets in the free agency. First being Elton Jenkins. Move somewhere, probably over to right guard. We're going to move somebody around, but he is a good fix for the next 2 years. And Chase McLaughlin, who I think will be really good. We get McLaughlin. We don't get Elton Jenkins. He chooses to go to the Saints. And beyond that, we're just going to have to go to the draft then. Keep our 26 mil. Probably more than 26 mil. Because we didn't sign McLaughlin for that much money. All right, well, we have pick 31, which puts us in a really bad spot, but we're just going to go to it. It's best player available. I mean, Kirk Brooks. This has got to be the guy. This is who we're taking. 31 is basically a second-round pick, ranked at 7, hidden dev. I love it. Good agile guy, Ezekiel Camp. I know he's left. He looks good enough. He's going to be our guy. Ranked at 60, got him at 63. Normal dev, but we'll figure something out there. We have Juice Scruggs. Worst case, I thought he was going to be hidden. Adrian Strickland, can we move him over? He looks decent enough. Maybe we just take this guy. Oh, he's terrible and normal dev. We're going to have to move him over and run with it. The one good power back is going to be Devin Prince. And he's going to be a Houston Texan, and he's going to be our starting running back. Hidden dev, 22, 222 pounds. 91 speed's pretty good for a power back. I'm okay with that. Looks like a bowling ball. That's going to get by. We're getting out of this draft. All right, well, when you take a look at our draft recap, it's not terrible, right? We get a tight end, Kirk Brooks. He's going to be awesome. Ezekiel Camp, not great, but hidden dev. Or no, he's normal dev. Not great, but an offensive lineman. Prince, pretty good, 74 overall. Not looking good with Strickland. Not a great pick. All right, well, here in year 3, I mean, we're coming off a Super Bowl loss, so we got to get back. We could probably upgrade the offensive line some. I mean, our best two offensive linemen really are the second-year players. Juice Scruggs probably could develop a little bit. He's serviceable. Brown and Robinson also serviceable. We do need to look for replacement tackles. We have all our weapons straight. Prince, I know he's not a scheme fit, but he should be good enough. Hopefully he can come close to that Joe Mixon production that we had. Brooks, hopefully he can come close to the Dalton Schultz production we had. Defensively, Strickland is going to probably be a struggle, but everywhere else on this defense we have superstar players. Right? Bullock is going to be he's probably going to be our sub linebacker. He is superstar dev. Stingley, Wiggins, Lassiter is really good. CJ Gardner-Johnson, superstar dev. Reed went up in dev. Upshaw, developing nicely. Shamar Turner, Daniil Hunter, and Will Anderson Jr., though, are going to have to just really be the guys. I need 2 double-digit sack players. I at least need Daniil Hunter to get more than 3 sacks in a whole season. Give me that, I'll be happy. Well, you got to love a year 3 fall off. 2-5 is just insane. How we go to 2-5 makes no sense. We have $100 million. We have to re-sign Nico Collins. This should go through. It does. Kalen Bullock, he wants to re-sign. Maybe give him a 4-year. Yeah, he stays. Kamari Lassiter is going to stay with the franchise here. We'll get him worked in. Tank Dell wants to go, but I just want to keep Tank Dell. So we're going to offer him a bit of a deal here. We'll work on that. Christian Kirk can go. Everybody, I mean, Blake Fisher's young. Everybody else can go. We don't need to worry about the rest of these guys. We can replace them. We'll save our $34 million to make sure we keep these 2. We also have a receiver breakout, which I don't have high hopes for. I'm not looking for, Tank Dell. I just accepted it. Yeah, sure. Hopefully he gets it. 100 receiving yards and he gets a dev trait. The national focus I'm setting to outside linebacker just because I want to replace that right outside linebacker spot. Apparently that's super important, as you can tell by our record. CJ Stroud, not a bad year out of CJ Stroud. 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 4 picks. Devin Prince could be doing better. I need him to turn it around. Receiving, Tank Dell leading the way. 524, 8 touchdowns. Nico Collins doing pretty decent. The rookie, Kirk Brooks, 291 and a touchdown. Cam Robinson, Trent Brown leading the way in sacks. That's normal. Defensively, Curran Reed leading the way in tackles. Tyleik Williams in TFLs, and Will Anderson Jr. in sacks. Shamar Turner with 4. Daniil Hunter with 2. Tyleik Williams with 1.5. 2 picks for Petrie, 1 for Lassiter, 1 for Derek Stingley Jr. CJ GJ, who has been just insane the last 2 years, nope, just nothing. It's insane the fall off you get from some players, but regardless of that, we're going to keep... Well, actually, we did have some dev traits. Let's see if we know any. All right, so Brooks is star dev. We do not know Prince's yet. Defensively, I do not think we had... Yeah, we didn't have any dev traits on defense. Let's see. I want Prince getting all the carries. I need all the carries. And I want Shamar Turner, the rush DT. That should fix our issues. Well, we beat Jacksonville, so hopefully that means Tank Dell got a dev trait. That was a stellar game this week. Give me a superstar dev. Yep, Tank Dell's got superstar dev now. We got to make sure he resigns. So let's try to do that now. The superstar dev might have inflated him a good bit. I'm just going to keep going up a mil until he accepts. Yeah, there's no way to do that. So how about you just sign? And we're going to offer Kamari. Yeah, Kamari stays. 32 mil left. We just got to make sure Tank Dell resigns. Well, Tank Dell does not want to, so we're going to franchise tag him. That's just what's going to happen. All right, we got another breakout, this time for the defensive line. Let's see who it is. Will Anderson Jr. Still trying to go after that superstar X Factor. And we're going to see if he can get it here against the Chargers. We're now 5-5, so we're putting together... Okay, yeah, well, 5-6. Terrible. Yeah, quiet game again. I figure... I just never get these. Never get dev traits for defensive linemen. All right, well, 7-10. We go on a really bad, a 3-game losing streak to end it. We were at 7-7. I just don't year 3 is just a tough year in any rebuild. You never do what you expect. Prince is a star dev. Playing down 3 overall, though, is not great. And CJ Stroud, this is where he is. 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks. He's been right around there. Prince, 848 and 10 touchdowns. Isn't terrible, but I'd like to see better. Tank Dell, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. Yeah, he's getting franchise tagged. Yeah, both Cam Robinson and Trent Brown can kick rocks. Reed actually leading the way in tackles. Will Anderson in TFLs. And Shamar Turner in sacks with 12. Will Anderson with 11. Daniil Hunter with 9.5. Those are the sack numbers I was hoping for. Stingley 6 picks. Lasser with 3. Reed with 2. CJ GJ with 2. Bullock with 2. Petrie with 2. And 1 for Stephon Wiggins. Curious to if we had any award winners, which I doubt. I knew we weren't going to be in those situations. Tank Dell at 6 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player, Will Anderson at 9. Offensive Rookie does go to Devin Prince, so maybe a dev trait. Kirk Brooks at 2. Defensive Rookie, Strickland at 8, but he didn't do anything. Best Quarterback, CJ Stroud at 9. Running Back, not going to make that list. Best receiver, Tank Dell at 4? That's insane. Ooh, Amari Cooper goes to the Patriots. Best offensive lineman, nobody there. Best defensive lineman, Will Anderson at 3. Shamar Turner at 6. Daniil Hunter at 10. Best linebacker, not there. Best defensive back, Stingley at 4. And best kicker goes to Chase McLaughlin. Good signing there. Now, we should have some dev traits, right? Our rookie running back goes up to superstar dev. Tank Dell goes up to superstar X Factor. Those are 2 big dev traits. Nico Collins does regress down to star, but still a 92 overall. I'm happy with that. Defensively, Wiggins somehow goes up to superstar X Factor, and so does Bullock. I don't know it. I don't understand why. Reed goes up to superstar. Will Anderson goes up to superstar. I am not upset with any of those dev traits. And it looks like the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl. Don't like it's our AFC opponent, but they had they've been knocking on the door for some years now. All right, these are the only 2 players we're going after in the free agency. Darnell Wright, Blake Fisher, just 2 tackles. We get Darnell Wright. Blake Fisher's wanting to hold on for dear life. And we get them. We get 2 solid tackles. We might still look to replace Blake Fisher in the first round of the draft, for sure. All right, well, we made it all the way down to pick 9. I guess that's what 7-10 gets you as... Okay. This is where we really have a tough decision to make. Rashawn Baldwin here, he doesn't look great, though. He does not look great. But neither do our other options, really. Jason Frazier, 22 as well. Doesn't look good. I think we just go with the round 1 talent. Rashawn Baldwin, a right outside linebacker. Ranked at 7, got him at 9. Normal dev. A round one talent should be star depth, no matter what. I hate it. A round one talent should be star depth. All right, we're taking a guard here. We need offensive line. It's really our biggest need. Hidden depth player. You love it. And we just got to keep doing that. I know round 4, there's a receiver we're looking for. But round 3 here, I think we're going to go back to lineman. I know this guy's a center, but I think we can move him out to left tackle. He looks insane. Chase Roberts. Normal dev. That dude was way too good to be normal dev. Mark Dugan, elite athlete, ranked at 79. Another normal dev, 99 speed. Well, it's not a terrible year in the draft class. Like, this is the most 70-plus overalls we've had. One hidden dev in Peyton Petrowski. That is the only hidden dev player we had at all, and it's terrible for us. All right, well, before we hop into year 3, this is what the lineup's looking like. It could be better. We really need a third receiver, but I'm excited for our second-year running back. Our offensive line, I think, is going to be in an okay spot. I'm going to start Roberts over Fisher just because he's a scheme fit and he's young. Same with, Petrowski isn't a scheme fit, but he's young and hidden dev. I don't know what dev he is. Hidden dev. Defensively, we don't really, Baldwin's a rookie. 76 overall is good for a rookie. I just wish he was hidden dev. Just any dev trait would be great. Well, we're 3-4 again. I do not like it, but I think we can make it work. Tank Dell, we've just got to re-sign, and he just does not want to be here for whatever reason. Shamar Turner doesn't want to be here either, and we're going to have to pay him. Reed, really, nobody wants to be here? What is the deal? We went to the Super Bowl a year ago. So for us to not be in the Super Bowl chase is a bit of a stretch. Our national focus, we chose receiver. I may be regretting that now that I know we're going to have some pieces to re-sign. I just don't understand why nobody wants to be here. We're almost a 90 overall. Our offensive line looks really good. Roberts isn't really developing at all, but Petrowski is a star dev. Kind of figured. Dugan not really doing anything. Hoping he can get like a dev trait. And same with Baldwin. But Reed is probably gone. Tyleek Williams is probably gone. We're going to have to... Daniil Hunter's going to be gone. We're going to have a lot of places to replace this year. A lot of pieces, I should say, to replace. And I feel like we're about in the same boat we always are. That's where C.J. Stroud stays at the midseason. Devin Pierce, okay, 459 in total yards. Or not total yards, but rushing yards. Not a lot of touchdowns. Receiving, Tank Dell leading the way. I was hoping Dugan would be doing a little bit better, but not really. And Chase Roberts leading the way in sacks, but that's still better than what we've had. Reed leading the way in tackles. Shamar Turner in TFL. Shamar Turner already has 10 sacks this year at the midseason. That's the most I think I've ever seen in a midseason. 3 picks for Lassiter, 2 for Stingley, 1 for Reed, and 1 for CJ With Reed's positions, I feel like we can draft it and get an easy replacement for him. So I'm not focused on keeping him, especially here in year 4, overpaying a pass coverage, a typical outside linebacker type. No, I'm not paying them, star pass rusher money. Let's just see if we can turn this thing around and make it to the playoffs. All right, well, we turned it around. We go 11-6, and I am just gonna. Well, I didn't want to show the standings. Wasn't really my intentions there. The schedule, though, I did want to show. just to make sure y'all know, we went on an incredible run. This is the midseason. We won, only 2 games lost after that. Didn't play any of them. No forced wins, nothing like that. I don't really exactly know what we did, as I don't see us in any season leaders. CJ Stroud, down year a little bit for him. Devin Prince, a decent year, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Tank Dell, 1,209. Nico, 976 and 8. It's about where he's been. 7 sacks. That's our best offensive lineman, too. That's not even that bad. Defensively, Reed leading the way in tackles. Shamar Turner in TFLs. And he didn't get a single sack from the midseason to the end of the year. Another 10 games, not a single sack. Whatever. Will Anderson, pretty good. Tyleek Williams, 7.5. Daniil Hunter, 7.5. Petrie, 3.5. The rookie, Baldwin with 2.5. Love that. 6 picks for Stingley, 4 for Lassiter, 1 for Wiggins, 1 for Reed, 1 for CJGJ, 1 for Kalen Bullock. That's just not realistic sack numbers. I hate to say it. It's just not. And I think we already knew our dev traits. Roberts playing up to a 76, though, developing pretty good. Our offensive line does look good. Our offense looks good, really. Our defense looks pretty good, too. I don't have any real complaints. We're a 90 overall team. 90 overall. 93 defense, 89 offense. What is our weakness? Our offensive pass yards. We needed that third receiver. Our opponent pass yards are high. We have way too many superstar dev players for that. We just need that third receiver, though, I think. I don't know what makes our defensive pass yards go down outside of playbook, because we have just some studs at corner and safety and stud pass rushers. So I don't really know what the key is there, but we're going to jump to the end of this game. We'll hop in here. We take a 7-0 lead. 7-7, 14-7, 17-7. I need our offense to keep it up, as this is too close for comfort. We win. It's all we needed. We win the wild card. I would have liked us to beat the Broncos by a bit more there, really. CJ Stroud had a good game. 156 isn't necessarily great, but 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Bo Nix threw 2 interceptions. Prince, not a great game. Nico with the touchdown, and Prince with a receiving touchdown. I guess that is what it is. Let's see. Tyleek with a sack, Hunter with a sack, Turner with a sack, and Will Anderson with a sack. CJGJ and Stingley with the interceptions. All right, well, now we have the 2 seed in Baltimore. Another team we've taken down to the playoffs. We have the overall advantage on, so I am excited to see if we can win this game. Where, to be honest, if we don't, I will lose it, because I know how year 5 is going to go. Year 3 and year 5 in Madden just do not go good, historically speaking. So let's go to the end of the game at M&T Bank. We make a stop, 7-0 lead, 7-7, 10-7. We don't score there. Wow, 14-10. We need our offense to deliver here, as it is 14-17, and we can't stop them there. What is that? An interception by Kalen Bullock. We have, really good field position here. We should be able to score, and that's a touchdown to Nico Collins. 21-17. Can we hold out? I think that was another interception. That does it. We take down Baltimore. It was. CJ Stroud threw one of his own, but still, I think, kind of did outplay Lamar. It was very even. Prince with 60 and a rushing touchdown. CJ Stroud a rushing touchdown, too. Dymere Miller on Baltimore, whoever that is some new player they brought in. What a player. Brooks in receiving yards, though. Nico Collins with the sole receiving touchdown. Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter with sacks. Bullock and Reed with interceptions. All right, well, we're back in the AFC Championship. This time against Cincinnati. Now, if there's anything we know about Cincinnati, Cincinnati does not have a good defense. So I'm hoping we can take advantage of that as we jump to the end of the game. I just would love 3-0, 10-0, 10-7, 17-7. Our offense needs to just stay on it here. As 24-14, 24-21, 31-21. I am okay. 28-31. Our offense is moving back. 17 yards. I like that. That's exactly what we needed. Let's keep moving the ball, offense. Whether it's a lot of running there. 10-point game, 3 minutes left. Okay. 3-point game. It looks like oh no. I'm hopping in here to make sure they don't do what I think they're going to do. And what I think they're going to do is punt the ball. And we're not going to do that. We're going to get this first down with the old quarterback sneak. CJ Stroud gets it. That should be game over. That's a kneel. And that's game over. We're going back to the Super Bowl. Took a year off in between. All right, well, I do not see CJ Stroud in the MVP running. Coach of the year, we're down at 6. Offensive player, nobody. Defensive player, nobody. Offensive rookie, Dugan at 3. I was hoping for a bit more there, but he didn't get it. Defensive rookie, Baldwin at 6. Quarterback, CJ Stroud at 8. Running back, Prince at 4. Wide receiver, Tank Dell at 10. Offensive lineman, nobody there. Best defensive lineman, Turner at 8. Best linebacker, nobody there. Best DB goes to Derek Stingley. Kamari Lassiter at 8. And best kicker, Graf at 2. And looking on offense, nobody goes up in dev. But, I didn't really expect anybody to. Defensively, okay, so Turner goes up in dev. Stingley goes up in dev. Reed goes up in dev. A lot of upped dev traits on defense. Just a lot of superstar X factors on this defense. I don't think I've ever had a defense with this many superstar X factors. And Jalen Petrie goes up to superstar. All right, well, the Rams were able to make it to a Super Bowl. They probably had a little mini rebuild of themselves. As we take a 7-0 lead, 7-7, 14-7, 17-7. Can our offense keep it up? Please. That's all I'm asking. 24-7, 31. Wow. 38-24. We win. The Houston Texans win the Super Bowl. That was a weird game. Some changes happened fast. Callaway threw 2 picks. CJ Stroud with a really good game. Rushing, Devin Prince with 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Puka had a day. Oh, they got Brandon Ayuk too. What a matchup. They had some really good receivers. Tank Dell, though, with the receiving touchdown. Mark Dugan with the receiving touchdown. Defensively, Petrie led the way in tackles. 2 sacks for Shamar Turner, 2 for Tyleik Williams, 1 for Anthony Stewart, and 2 picks for Derek Stingley Jr. And CJ Stroud wins the Super Bowl MVP, kind of how I figured he would. But, we finally get a Super Bowl here in year 4. All right, yeah, well, we have exactly no money, so we can't hope to re-sign Tyleik Williams or Corinne Reed with negative 1.6 mil. Now, we might be able to get one back, maybe, if we get a boost here in the free agency. Kind of hoping we do. 25 mil. Okay, so we might be able to get one back. And now, here's the thing. Who do we go after? Tyleik Williams does not want to be here. Now, maybe, just maybe, he's not there. Reed Reed does want to be back, so we can offer him. We're going to overpay, too. Just because we're top on the board. Do we get him? We do get Reed. And, of course, we have 32. So we're just going to get to it. You know, that's part of winning the Super Bowl. You get pick 32, and you see who the best player available is. Looks like a CCBB kind of guy. Looks like a better athlete. Slightly better letter grades, ranked at 52 though, but hidden dev. That's a new starting right tackle. Now we may have lost Danielle Hunter, and I'm just now remembering this, where we could have gone for a right end there. Can we move this guy down to right end is the question. Rashawn Hawthorne. It's going to be who? Oh, he was terrible. You know what? We're going to take the top 5 talent here. Joey Nelson, 21, top 5 talent. He ranked at 4. And oh, look at that. Normal dev. Who would have thought? Peter Ford here. Oh, he's got the best finesse move. I mean, he really doesn't look bad. You know what? We're going to take him. We'll move him somewhere. 202, 128. Yeah, not good. We're just going to keep taking defensive ends. Well, we definitely made some mistakes here. But Daryl McCann and Joey Nelson were not the mistakes. It was all the pass rushers. To be fair, Peter Ford looks like the best of them. So we're going to move him to right end. A 24-year-old rookie is not going to develop at all. He's who we're running with at right end, 66 overall. Well, if y'all are ready to not make the playoffs, so am I. This is what the team looks like. It's not bad. Our offense is slacking a little bit. I mean, we could really use a left tackle. Everything else, though, looks pretty decent. I'm not concerned anywhere else. Maybe a wide receiver 3, but we just drafted Nelson. Now, this right side pass rush is weak. I can admit that. But we should have enough superstar X factors everywhere else. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, one person can turn around an entire defense. We've got like 5 X factors. Hopefully it makes a difference throughout the year. All right, well, 3-3 is the record. We're second in the division. It doesn't look, I mean, it just looks like our offense is struggling. It's probably playbook induced. CJ Stroud seems to cap out really at certain points. Devin Price, not terrible. Receiving, I'm not great, but not terrible numbers. Chase Roberts giving up a lot of sacks. Reed leading the way in tackles. Looks like Shamar Turner in sacks. That's what he has done. Nobody else really. Will Anderson dropping off. And only 3 picks. So it really, I mean, by the rankings, our defense is good. But by the stats, it's really not. So we're just going to have to see if we can keep on going and try to make a Super Bowl push year 5. And in year 5, I'd really say we're Super Bowl favorites again. A 92 overall team. I mean, CJ, literally, this is what he's capped at. He has not thrown for more than 4,100 yards and 31 touchdowns. Prince, 16 touchdowns. That's incredible. Nico Collins finally breaks the 1,000-yard mark and 10 touchdowns. Kirk Brooks, 927 and 6. All right, well, we fell apart as far as the sack department goes this year. I don't know what happened. Reed led the way in tackles. Shamar Turner, 21 TFLs is insane. 14 sacks. 10 sacks for the rookie. That's rookie of the year numbers. Pretty decent everyone else. 7 picks Derek Stingley. He's insane. 5 for CJGJ. He's had a really good career here. And McCann only star dev, but probably, I mean, we can see him go up. I see it just vividly. He's going to go up in dev. Rookie of the year. He's superstar dev, easy. And despite that, we still have a wild card game here against Cincinnati where we are going to hop in and try to beat Cincinnati. All right, well, we're going to jump to the end of the game here at home where we have a 6 overall advantage on the Cincinnati Bengals. But they have a lead, 17-7. Our offense seems to be struggling here today as 21-20, 26-21, 29-26, 32-26, 38-26, 38-33, and we take the W in the wild card round. A little bit of a close one. Closer than I would have hoped for, as it looks like Joe Burrow had an insane game. 343, 4 touchdowns, a pick. CJ Stroud, 300 even in 3 touchdowns. Prince with 2 rushing. Tank Dell, 2 receiving touchdowns. Kirk Brooks with a receiving touchdown. That's pretty good. Let's see, what kind of sacks do we have? And the rookie McCann with 3. That is pretty good numbers. Jalen Petrie with a pick. Well, in the divisional, we have to play the 9-8 Kansas City Chiefs. Big overall difference here. And that normally does not mean good for us, as it's 3-3. And they're going to make it 10-3. We're going to tie it 10-10, 13-10, 17-13, 20-17, 24-20, 31. All right, I'm comfortable now. I'm comfortable, and that's going to be game over. We win 38-27. We're headed to the AFC Championship, as CJ Stroud had a great game. 352, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Prince with a touchdown. Joey Nelson, 2 receiving touchdowns. Tank Dell, 2 receiving touchdowns. Shamar Turner, 2 sacks. A pick for Kalen Bullock, but also 1 for Kansas City. Well, we find ourselves in our 3rd AFC Championship, this time against the New England Patriots. Shout out, just did a rebuild with them. See if we can win. They have Drake May. We have CJ Stroud. We have a lot of other players that are better than their players. We are a dominant team here. I'd like to hope anyway. So New England scores first, and our offense just is struggling. 14-3, 10-14. We start to come back a little bit. 10-17, 10-24, 17 yeah, that's going to be game over. That's game over. That is officially game over. I don't know what happened there. New England destroyed us. Drake May had a great game. That's really what it boils down to. We didn't really have anything special. Tank Dell had a really good game. That's really going to be about it, though. I mean, Shamar Turner with a sack. McCann with a half a sack. Petrie with a half a sack. And they had in the solo interception. Well, CJ Stroud's not on the MVP list. We're 7th in Coach of the Year. I mean, the Patriots had an incredible year. Defensive player, Stingley at 8. Offensive rookie, Nelson at 4. Defensive rookie goes to Darryl McCann. I like that. Best quarterback. CJ Stroud at 6. Best running back. Wow, what a year for the Patriots. Prince at 4. Best receiver, nobody there. Best offensive lineman, nobody there. Best defensive lineman, Turner at 3. Linebacker, wow, what a team the Patriots have, really. Nobody there. Stingley getting DB of the year. CJ coming in 2nd. Wiggins in 3rd. And best kicker, Groff down there at 8. Dev trait wise, nobody. Oh, Prince goes up to Superstar X Factor. Brooks goes up to Superstar on offense. Defensively, did anybody? McCann goes up to Superstar Dev. CJ Gardner-Johnson goes up to Superstar Dev. Other than that, everybody stays the same. And in year 5, all we can hope is that the Green Bay Packers beat the Patriots. And it looks like the Packers won in a low score, 13-10. Quay Walker with the Super Bowl MVP. Well, guys, that's going to wrap this one up. The team looks great. We're a 92 overall. I really think we should have been in the, Super Bowl race there. We drafted really well. We replaced players really well. But you can only do but so much. So if y'all enjoyed this, be sure to smash that like button. Let me know down in the comments what team you would like to see rebuilt next. Maybe If there's a certain player on a certain team you want to see done, draft-wise, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 300 subscribers. And until next time, y'all, have a good one. Peace out.